Friends, do you see what just showed up in the mail? This is the new Gourmande Cosmetics Longing Palette. And I'm filming this, it's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock on a Monday night, and I was waiting for this all day, and it finally showed up. I thought it was gonna show up, so you're probably seeing this on Tuesday morning. We are gonna do 2 different looks. I think I'm gonna do 1 on each eye because it's 6 o'clock on a Monday. Like, where am I going? Nowhere. But I really enjoy Gourmande Cosmetics, and I didn't get the chance to do a dedicated video on the last launch that they had. So I thought today, my husband's actually out of town on a conference, I thought they would be perfect. So this is the Longing palette. Let me read you some deets. This is launching on the 26th of June, 9 a.m. PST. So that's gonna be 11 a.m. Central Time. It is $42, and you can use my code and you can get some money off if you're ordering from the Gourmande Cosmetics website. I do know that if you're living abroad, she does have a couple of resellers, but I don't know if they will have this palette or not. You're gonna have to check on their Instagram about that. So this is what the palette looks like. It is beautiful. Is this the same size as the All Done Up? Let me go get it. Okay, so I brought out the All Done Up, which is actually one of my favorite palettes from the brand. It is a really interesting, again, same as the Longing. It's a very interesting neutral palette, but I think that it is actually a little smaller. I do wish one day that we will get another palette in this format, the All Done Up. This is actually the same size as the Lure palette. These are the same size. So if you have the Lure palette, these are the same size. So this is not the smallest size that the brand has, but it also is far from the biggest. This is like a little smaller than the Blends palette. It's just a little bigger than the All Done Up. So I am very intrigued to be jumping into this one. You're seeing some swatches, but I haven't seen any swatches. Like, I haven't done the swatches as you're seeing this. I can tell already from looking at the shimmers that there is a couple of different formulas in here. It seems to be some that are really, really sparkly and some that seems more like a traditional metallic. And in true Gourmande fashion, which is what I like, she has some really light mattes, some really like dark mattes, and a couple of like mid-tone mattes. This palette, per usual with her other palettes, it's also a little matte heavy, which again is something that I really appreciate. I often use way more mattes than shimmers to create a look. I think that that is the way that I like to create a look. So I do prefer when it's leaning on a couple of more mattes in a palette than a shimmer. But I'm gonna do 2 different looks. One of the looks I really wanna do is I wanna combine these 2 shades. This like murky green and this like minty. It's called Bittersweet and Woo. Really wanna do something with those. And I think we're gonna do that on one eye, like the contrast between the 2. And then I'm thinking maybe something purple. I really wanna play with the silver. How about that? Purple with silver and then a combo of these 2. Okay, let's zoom in. I already have like my face makeup on. I'm actually wearing this one. I'm wearing the Dream Matte Mousse. I've been wearing this full face of makeup. Like I said, it's 6 o'clock in the evening and I've been wearing this all day. All day. I have the shade Light Beige Medium. I think it looks really good. I also have, I also have the Forever Glow from Dior. This one is in Peachy. Really, really beautiful. And I have one of the lip velvets from ABH on. This one is in Parchment. Yeah, Parchment. So that is what I have on. Let us dive in. Let me zoom in and let's do 2 looks. I'm excited. So let's start with the Bittersweet. Oh, that is so pretty. That is so pretty. Makes me very excited. I'm just gonna put that out here, and I think I'm gonna put it a little bit in the crease in the inner part as well, so that we can really get that contrast between that one and the minty shade. I'm doing it like this. Ooh, I see some fall off. I did go in pretty wildly though, so I think that might have been me. I'm just gonna buff a little bit on the edge, and then we'll go in with that lighter one, Star-Crossed. So this is Star-Crossed, and we're gonna put that on the edge. I'm just excited to sit here on like a Monday night and have, remember when I said I had that like after work with Angie? This is after work with Angie, but on a Monday. So no cocktails. Maybe I should have a cocktail. You know what I'm actually doing after this? Me and Ali Dawson have an online date. We are gonna be playing video games together, and I am so excited. I'm just gonna be filming this And then I am going to be playing with her. We are going to be playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I am very excited. I will put all the info about this in the description box if you are interested. If you are like, what date was that? Like, what was the code she was talking about? Like, where can I find these things? I'll put it in the description box. But I think just by looking at this palette, this is truly after work with Angie. I'm just rambling. I think the color story of this palette might be one of my favorite ones. Like, 'cause this truly is a color story. There are some gradients, but like, I feel like she is finally finding something here where it's like more of a story to it. I think she did really good. That's why I think like the All Done Up palette is like such a favorite, because I feel like it's such a good story. And I think that this one has that too. Look at how beautiful these two blend into each other. Just going back and forth, the light and the dark one. Stunning. This immediately turned into something way darker than I had in mind, but what else is new? Nothing is new. I'm thinking I might do a little bit of a cut crease. I know, who am I? But I think I might. Do I have a clean brush here? Ooh, that is like asking for way too much, Angie. This is somewhat clean. Is this, no, this is not clean. Well, this is maybe the cleanest. This is a just random ColourPop one, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of like light eye primer. I'm using the one from Glamlight. This is one that I have that's a liquid primer that is like full coverage, so it really works when I'm doing cut creases like this. Because you can either use this technique, or you can carve it out with like micellar water or some makeup remover, or you can just do it like the actual makeup artist you're supposed to do it, which is to like actually be talented enough to leave a space here so you don't have to carve it out. That's the actual talented way of doing it. And I've tried all three, and I think all three have like purpose of the techniques, but this one is the easiest one, I would say. Let me blend a little bit on the edge, and let me actually use this brush that I was using, and let's do the whoa. It's whoa, right? Am I saying this incorrect? Oh my god, have you been screaming at the screen? You're like, Angie, you don't know English again. And I'm like, yes, that is correct. That is correct. Oh, that is so cool. I am so on board with this. Is there a white in this one? Oh, there actually isn't. That's interesting. I'm gonna put some here as well on the lower lash line, but I kind of want to have something that's lighter in the inner corner, even though this one ended up being in the inner corner now. But I'm gonna see if I can get something else, because like this is the selection that we have. I'm thinking maybe we'll just use a little bit of this Dear Diary that's like almost like a grayish white, just to lighten this up, because yeah, and it almost adds a little blue sheen to it. That's actually pretty cool. That's a little, that makes it a little different. I might even like blend the edge with that. That's actually really cool. Huh. And with that like very detailed brush, this is an EO7, which is from Cinch. I'm gonna do Bittersweet, which is a dark color, and we're just gonna paint the line. Is that line straight? Not really. Am I okay with that? I don't know. Let's do a little bit of the If Only. Ooh! And let's do that on the edge, and maybe we can make this wobbly line look less wobbly, because it is looking wobbly. I don't know if it's me or if it's my hood. I'm thinking it's a mixture. Maybe it's also because it's like 6 o'clock at night. That's actually super pretty, and it is taking away a little bit from the wobbliness. I might actually put a little bit on top of the matte, because I really like that texture. I didn't think it was going to be that sparkly. I'm actually a super big fan. That is so pretty. I don't know why I didn't think it was going to be that, but that is so pretty. So there is a super dark green here that's called Unrequited? Unrequited? I'm so sorry. I really don't know what that means. That is not one of the words that I was learning in school. But let me put that in the outer corner to just deepen this up a little bit more. Remember how I said that I didn't want this to be that dramatic? Yeah, I remember that too. That was a different lifetime. That was a different Angie. I finished up this second eye. I got a lash on right now. I decided to do a darker green in my waterline, but like not a warm green, to keep with the cool tone green mint, but still not make it light. I don't know if it made sense. I'm using this one from, this is We Makeup. Yeah, We Makeup in Malachite green? Malachite? One of the two. And I put on a half lash. So yeah. That is the first eye look. I think it looks really pretty. It's a little messy here, but like, I think you can see the vision. I think you can see the vision. And we are going to do the purple on the other side. So what I want to do is I want to start with this one that's called Pleading. And then I'm going to do Take Me Back and Twist of Fate. We're just going to do all three of those and see how that works out. Do I have anything that's clean? Is this clean? I'm thinking I'm going to do the Sigma one. I just don't have any clean brushes. Should I have been cleaning brushes instead of doing this? Listen, don't attack me like that. Maybe, but I didn't. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this one in the middle of the crease. And then I'm gonna like deepen it up with that darker one. That is a really nice like grayish purple. This brush is a little smaller than I was hoping for, but I don't think I have a single clean cinch brush here without like going into a new set. And I feel like that's the epitome of lazy. Maybe I don't need that. So this is the Take Me Back. I'm gonna dust that off a bit, and I am gonna do that in the outer corner. Ooh, a little purple. I love purple, but I will say I rarely reach for these kind of more muted purples, but I think a lot of you are really going to enjoy these tones. Because I personally don't think that this is a neutral palette. I know that Maggie, the owner, was like saying that she wanted to create a cool tone neutral palette with some unexpected twists. I personally think that this is a cool toned muted colorful palette with like 2 neutral rows. But again, that's like me and my personal, like how I feel. And it's coming from someone who like rarely does neutrals. I've come around to neutrals. I like them a little bit more now than I used to. Let me see if I can find, I feel like this one is somewhat clean. It's an EO4. So let me do the Twist of Fate, which is that lighter one. And let me just put that on the edge and in the inner corner, just to blend this out. You can see I pack it on the edge and then I start blending them together. Because if I use this one as a transition color, as the first color in the crease, because this one has so much white pigment in it, because this is a true pastel, everything I put on top of this is gonna look whiter, it's gonna look lighter, and it's gonna look muted because I'm gonna blend it in with the white pigment. That's why I almost never start with a pastel in my crease and build on top of a pastel, because I feel like it dilutes and just ruins every color I put on top. And sometimes I see creators do makeup looks and they start with a pastel and then they say like, oh, this shadow that they put on top is not pigmented. I'm like, it's not that shadow's fault, it's the shadow you started with. So I'm doing this. And then I'm going back with the shadows that I used before. And now again, I'm blending these together. I'll probably use the same shades under my eyes as well. And I see that I need to change my battery. BRB. So this is the shade Remember, which is that silver. And I am very ready for a bright silver. That is actually really pretty. So I'm picking it up with my brush. This is a Cinch EO1 and I am spritzing it because it is a little flaky, just to make sure that it is holding together so that I can just paint it on my eye. I don't like using my fingers. Most of the time you can see my cloths are like this. Sometimes I like putting my finger, I put it in the middle like you saw I did with the other look. But that's why I spray my shadows, so that I can use a brush and so that I can be very specific with where I put it, because since it is a little damp, it will just stick where I put my brush down and I don't get a lot of fallout. I'm not gonna do a cut crease on this one, so I'm just gonna like blend it a little bit in. That looks so pretty. I kind of want to use a little bit of this one. It's called Love Letters. It's almost like a... Is it a duochrome? Is it a multichrome? Who knows? Might be a multichrome actually. This might be a purple, green, blue. And I'm just gonna put that here on the edge. Because you saw I turned a little jagged there, and I just need those to blend together a little better. Yeah, that definitely helps. But also not perfect. But I'm putting a little bit more. Going back with the darkest purple, and I'm just blending that on top. Just to get these to blend and fade into each other. I will say I do have a lot of fallout from that shade here, but hey, such is life. But I think that that looks really good. I will say it is a little jaggedy in the edge here. Those shimmers did not like spread or like sheer out the way that I maybe want them to, but they do look really pretty. I don't know if that is me or if it's the shadows, but I'm used to being able to blend them together easier by doing this. But I guess not today. You can see the edge. That's usually not a problem with shimmers for me, so I don't know what to do with that information. Now we're doing that light shadow twist of fate again, and we are gonna do that in the inner corner, and I guess finish this look up. So pretty. Let me do something light in the waterline this time. Okay, so this is the second look with the purple. I think it looks so good. I'm trying to cover the other eye so you can get like an idea of like just the purple look with the silver. I really like the silver, and now that I have everything on, I really like that like bluish tint that's coming at the end as well. But these are both the looks. Let's zoom out and let's have a chat. I gotta say, like I said in the beginning, I feel like this is one of the better color stories that Gourmande Cosmetics has had. Again, I really like the, and I keep saying that, but I think that this is my favorite, like at least top 3 favorite neutral palettes in my collection, because this one has such an interesting color story. But I think again, here Gourmande is showing she can do a really interesting color story. She doesn't need to do like a rainbow, and I really appreciate this color story. With that being said, I don't know if we needed this row. This like in the middle here. I feel like this could have been like this and been the same size as the all done up, because I feel like this row is a little redundant. Again, I'm being nitpicky, and this is just me like editing stuff. It's just a personal preference. It's just a personal preference. I didn't need this row here, but I think that the color story is beautiful, and I love that there is this neutral like taupey murky green corner, and then it's next to this like almost minty sea foam, and I just really like how those play together. I think the color combo is so pretty, and I think that this, and then you bring in one of those like mucky yellows either from this one or from some of our other palettes, I think that's going to be beautiful. I also really appreciate this like cool tone purple, because it's clearly a purple, but I do think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's a purple I can wear. The shimmers are the best shimmers that Gourmande has ever made. I know that Gourmande mattes have always been some of the best. I really love the Gourmande mattes. Some of her shimmers have been amazing, some have been okay, but I feel like these, she's really struck gold with these shimmers. The only thing I noticed that they weren't super easy to disperse here, but like look at how pretty they are on the eyes. That could also be me. Again, it is now 7 o'clock. I need a cocktail. I'm gonna sit down and play video games with my friends. I will leave all the details about the launch. It's launching on the 26th. Again, you can use the code at checkout. You don't have to use my code, but use a code if you're ordering from Gourmande so that you can get some money off. Again, I did receive this palette in PR, but this video is not sponsored. I just really felt like sitting down and playing with some makeup. And this is a bonus video. I will have a video tomorrow as well, which is going to be a really, really fun video. So stay tuned for that one too. I hope you're having a great day and I will see you soon. And bye.